Apparently, it took a global pandemic to spark an attitude of strict law enforcement in the otherwise felon-friendly state of California. Yes, I have some final thoughts. Look, folks, this is a challenging time for all of us. We've been doing our best to flatten the curve for dang near a month now, and though we all want to keep doing our part, it is still no doubt frustrating. But let me be perfectly clear. I believe in following the laws, and I always stand behind law enforcement, but I wouldn't be an honest American if I didn't point out some glaring irregularities in the way certain laws and orders are enforced in places that are often otherwise pretty dang soft on crime. So, let's take it back to California, where laws and law enforcement are typically viewed as just loose suggestions, until the coronavirus pandemic, that is. Over the weekend in Santa Cruz, California, 7 so-called visitors from the neighboring town of Fremont were cited and slapped with $7,000 in fines for violating the shelter-in-place order. Yes, apparently the group ventured into Santa Cruz to buy what the Santa Cruz Police Department referred to as essential drinks and left with some pretty pricey citations instead. Now, let me be clear, I am not siding with these 7 individuals. It's not smart or considerate to put the community at risk for something as silly as that. You do the crime, you do the time. But here is my point. Since when has the state of California been that interested in enforcing the laws? I know I've been out of the Golden State for a couple weeks now, but for as long as I lived there, our elected Democratic leaders never seemed too concerned with public safety by way of strict and by-the-book law enforcement. In fact, thanks to Props 47, 57, AB 109, and a whole slew of other felon-friendly laws, it seemed as though true crooks, criminals, predators, felons, and cons could get away with a whole hell of a lot with a simple slap on the wrist, if any consequence at all. In fact, thanks to the state's reclassification of crimes, if those 7 guys would have instead robbed that convenience store and took $950 or less, it would have been deemed a misdemeanor that law enforcement likely wouldn't bat an eyelash at. Hell, look around Los Angeles or San Francisco. You can pitch a tent, defecate, or light a crack pipe just about anywhere with little to no consequence, but don't you dare leave your home for something deemed not essential. Oh, and P.S. for those who are still unclear about this one, illegal immigration is also breaking the law, but that law has never been taken too seriously in the Golden State. Oh, and let's not forget the state's proud sanctuary status, which essentially shields and protects criminal aliens from federal law. Yes, criminal aliens get a pass, but if you violate a shelter-in-place order, all hell breaks loose. Am I the only one who's just a little confused by this? I mean, dang, our Governor Greasy recently passed out early releases to 3,500 of the state's inmates, and that was deemed necessary. But at the same time, police are citing otherwise what I'd assume are decent and law-abiding Californians for driving to a neighboring city to buy alcohol? Yeah, something seems a little bit off to me, especially when you consider the fact that just a couple weeks ago, Governor Greasy Gavin Newsom commuted 21 prison sentences and pardoned 5 due to coronavirus concerns. And it gets worse. 14 of those commuted sentences involve murder or similar charges. And in 2 of the cases, the victims were children and another a pregnant woman. So am I missing something here, or does this all sound pretty inconsistent to say the least? You know what, I guess all I can say is I hope this wave of strict and stern law enforcement continues on after this pandemic has subsided, because I'd sure hate to think the state is cracking down on shelter-in-place bandits more than it does crooks, criminals, cons, and criminal illegal aliens. So let's enforce all the laws, shall we? Only in California, my friends, only in California. But those are my final thoughts from Nashville, and thank goodness no longer Los Angeles. God bless. And take care.